Ma'aT to HoTeap, just chilling, thinking, like I always do. I try to hit y'all when I get deep in thought. After I done thought things out more clearly, then I try to spit it for you guys to understand it. My thing is that our unity is the only thing that I'm focused on. I'm not caring about certain forms of religions, sex, politicism, exclusivism, different types of activism, none of that. I'm just focused on our unity. If we can just achieve that, across the board, global African ascended people unity, then the whole world will be able to see that unity and peace can be achieved. But until we do that and we meet that goal together, not some meeting it before others and then trying to say that they had the right way to get there first, we're going to just be basically leading the world. If you look at, everybody follows our culture, so whatever culture you want to come up with, our styles, trends, fashions, whatever you want to call it, they all come from us originally. And they're still being evolved in different forms by us. We are the leaders, they are the followers. Only difference between us is that we don't have the power. Just like the queen. She leads, but she doesn't have any power. The nations have power, but they don't lead. You see, that's a conundrum. But my point is that my focus, and the only focus, is going to always be our unity. If I feel like, or if you feel more like it, that it's a moot point or a non-existent point, then that's something you have to struggle within yourself, because I see and I read and I know and I feel, and my stomach is empty because I ain't been fed. Why? Because I've been given a diet of nothing, with no foundation and no solidified backing behind it. Everything that I know that I stand on now are things that I achieved outside of this education realm, and I know it's no different than all the world's nations. Only difference is that some nations are more in tune with what really happened in history than others. But we're not going to go back to history. We're going to stay forward, because focus is forward. The forward focus is that without our unity, we will not be able to see how much we can accumulate. How can you really know what you can accumulate when your neighbor across the street is separate from you and he don't have his hand in your pot? You see, if we all put our hands in the pot, nobody goes without, and we will become the haves instead of the have-nots. You see? I don't understand how we become so stingy-minded, stingy-hearted, that we're taking on the roles of our conquerors, that we want to hold and withhold everything that is of meaning, everything that is of value from each other, but we share it with the world freely. But the world shares nothing with us freely. They just come and take, reinvent, and then give it back to us, and we buy. But we never create. We never produce. We just consume, like a stomach that can't be sated. Now what is that? That's a gluttony. Now if we're living off gluttony, then we have no choice but to realize that obesity is going to be our condition. What happens with obesity? Everything goes up. Everything goes up in a downward fashion. What I mean by downward fashion is that your cholesterol goes up, but your lifespan shortens. Your weight goes up, but your activity shortens and goes down. All these things have negatives. My point is that as a people, we have to come together. There is no choice, and the urgency is now. The urgency was yesterday. The urgency was 1,000 years ago, but we didn't see it. And now we're starting to learn and see more of what has been taken and kept from us, and that is the only focus. We have to adhere to Ma'at. If you don't agree with it, you have to understand, living by the principles of Ma'at, which means oneness, justice, peace, balance, order, out of chaos, is what's going to keep us living in harmony with everything in nature as well as spirituality. See, we never separated spirituality and nature, because we know that that is natural. Everything came before man was created. If you believe in any type of organized religion, they all preach that the dirt the mountain, the water, the air, the fire, the animals, everything was here before us. So how is it that when you open your eyes to consciousness and you see all these things here, just like a baby who sees his mother and sees it as God? Why? Because that is who they follow, that is who sustains them. This earth is who we follow, and it is who sustained us. The only difference is that we are the animals that, or not the animal, but the beings that give these things names that were already here, but who named us? Focus and just think. Outside the box, outside of the realm that they have trapped us in. Get away from the bars and be free. Free your mind, free your spirit, free your body, but you can't free yourself. You have to free yourself and then go back into the matrix and pull others out. Kicking and screaming and hollering, whatever, but do not shut them off. Because just like that movie, you can shut somebody down and they will never wake up because you beat them up with too much. You push your issue too much. That's why I don't push an issue. I don't decry any religion. If you want it, you can have it. Or if you don't want none, you don't have to have it. But I'm not your judge. Only you can save you. Ain't no being gonna save you. Only you can save you. You have to adhere to the order and the traditions of Ma'aT. You have to. And based on that judgment system, which is pure oneness, then you know that there is nothing separate from yourself. All things that you can perceive and things that you can't perceive are a part of you, your spiritual, natural, and physical makeup. And that's me, my word. KRMTA-Ma'aT. Read the nature. Metu nature, word of God, word of the ancients, word of the spirit. Before any other books were written. Remember that. KRMTA-Ma'aT, your brother, your real brother, in this struggle. And I got you, as long as we got each other. Rolling. HoTeap, Kwaheri, my people.